Hello everybody, welcome to Answer Jordan. I'm Jordan. If you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are returning, welcome back. Hello, it's been a couple of weeks and I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. I've kind of been dropping the ball this summer on getting videos out. I'm slowly but surely making my way through everyone's albums. And I'm getting albums together, I'm getting rankings together. I have a lot I want to do when it comes to like talking about music this summer, especially, and it doesn't help because Megan Thee Stallion's album comes out this, oh my god, it comes out this week. Ooh, I'm excited for that. But anyway, let's get right on into the video. Our first topic. Please let Azealia Banks fade into irrelevancy.
Be nice.
I'm finding it.
It take you that long to find it?
It does.
Azealia Banks has not seen a chart, has not seen an accolade. Azealia Banks has not done anything musically relevant in the past like 10 years. But for some reason, people like go to her for opinions on music and opinions on like pop culture and stuff. And it's very, very annoying because Azealia Banks is a hater. At her core, that's what she is. She's a hater. She's a hater. Me personally, I think she's a hater because she's pissed off that her career went kaputzi and everyone else is kind of thriving. But like, maybe if she wasn't so mentally ill, then maybe her career would be thriving, but whatever. She is a hater. And so whenever something popular happens, Azealia Banks is always going to say the opposite. And I think someone who really, had a really good plan about this was told by Kenya, and I really can't remember if I watched this video on her Patreon or on her YouTube channel, but I'm almost certain it was on her Patreon, which you should go subscribe and support Black business. Azealia Banks, like when Cowboy Carter comes out, when Renaissance came out, you can go back and look. When Renaissance came out, Azealia Banks was shitting up and down Renaissance. She was shitting on the album. She was saying all this mean, vile, nasty stuff about the album and about Beyonce. But the moment Cowboy Carter comes out, all of a sudden she's the biggest Renaissance stan. All of a sudden, why are we departing so much from Renaissance? All of a sudden she has all this good things to say about Renaissance. Azealia Banks is just going to hate what's popular. Like right now, I think she was talking about how Sabrina Carpenter is being prepped to replace Taylor Swift as like the industry like supreme, which that's not happening, by the way. If anything, if anyone's going to replace Taylor Swift as the industry supreme in the way that Taylor Swift was or is right now, I would have to say it would be Olivia Rodrigo, because Olivia Rodrigo is like bigger than Sabrina Carpenter. She is, sorry, but like, yeah, I don't know. Azealia Banks is just annoying. She's just a loud mouthpiece on hating what's popular. I kid you not, maybe in about a year, Azealia Banks is going to be shitting on Sabrina Carpenter. Let Sabrina Carpenter go on a tour. Let Sabrina Carpenter release a new album. Let Sabrina Carpenter do anything new, and she's going to start shitting on her. Like clockwork. She was also talking about Chappell Roan, and all the Chappell Roan fans were like, oh, exactly, Azealia, exactly. And I'm like, y'all, literally in a year or two, Azealia Banks is going to get online, to get on Twitter. I'm not calling it X. She's going to get online to get on Twitter and call Chappell Roan a white whore. Like, that's literally what she's going to do. Azealia Banks, I don't understand why people who are into music, people who are into pop culture, I don't know why because not me, but I don't know why you guys, like, just wait in bated breath on like what Azealia Banks is going to say about your fave creator. I think part of it is Azealia Banks hates on what's popular, and what's popular is hated a lot. aka Beyonce, is popular. Beyonce has a lot of people. There are a lot of people who simply just hate Beyonce because she is Beyonce. There's no reason why they hate Beyonce. They just hate Beyonce. So when Azealia Banks says something mean and nasty about Beyonce, they're gonna think that Azealia Banks is the Messiah, coming down and spreading the word of the gospel. That's literally how it works. Azealia Banks has done nothing in her career that warrants people clinging on to her opinions like this. I'm so sorry. In the short career that she had, she's done nothing. Like, y'all are treating her like she had the career Aaliyah had. Pretty much. In the way that y'all, the way that we talk about Aaliyah as a legend today, even though her career was not long. I'm almost certain she only got to release 2 or 3 albums before she passed away. Rest in peace to Aaliyah. But like, Azealia Banks is like, what, 7 projects deep, and she's done like, the only thing she's done that's like that's like of cultural relevance, in my opinion. A lot of gay people like her, but gay men like mean bitches. I'm so sorry. Gay men like mean women. So I understand why she's so popular in the gay community, especially when it comes to music. That's kind of how where she markets her music towards. I understand that, but like, seriously think about it. Culturally, musically, what has Azealia Banks done in the past 10 years that warrants keeping her relevant? It is nothing. Anyway, we're going to go into 2 more topics that I didn't put on here first before we get to our next topic. I don't know if I already talked about this. I listened to Dua Lipa and Billie Eilish's new albums.
Us 3 need to come out one night only and storm the skinny bitches like how we used to. I got their numbers. We'll be talking soon.
I listened to both of these new albums, and all I have to say, I know a lot of people. You know what? Actually, no, I'm going to start with Billie Eilish. I'm going to start with Miss Eyelash for a second. This is her best record. Obviously, this is also, I believe, her most experimental record, which is weird because this record did something that I didn't want to do. I really wish Billie would get out of this whole, because like, if you listen to her sing like parodies and stuff like SNL, or like just do like regular like not being serious singing, she can like sing, she can belt, mother can get loud. And so I really want a album where Billie isn't just like that's just, I don't know what, I understand like that's her signature sound, but baby, it's been 3 albums. That whisper singing is getting a bit old to me. If y'all like it, I love it, but it's getting a bit old to me. Regardless of that, this album is phenomenal. However, I think I need to sit with the album for a little bit longer. I think I need to re-listen to this album at least another 3 or 4 times before I truly get the album. I understand and know that like, this is a phenomenal album. I do know that, but I don't know, something about this album didn't click with me in the same way that Dua Lipa's album did. In the same, when I listen to, we're going to Dua Lipa. When I listen to Dua Lipa's new album, Radical Optimism, I immediately click with it. From what I understand, the main consensus about Dua Lipa's new album is that no one likes it. And I'm here to tell you, if I told you that this album is better than Future Nostalgia, would y'all jump me? I'm sorry, I like this album so much better than Future Nostalgia. Future Nostalgia, in my opinion, has skips. Future Nostalgia, in my opinion, has plenty of skips. Radical Optimism does not. For me, Radical Optimism does not have any skips except for Houdini. I don't like Houdini. Everyone says Houdini was her best single that she released for this era. I disagree. I think the best single she released for this era was Training Season, actually. I think the best single she released for this era was Training Season. Training Season is a much better song than Houdini and Illusion. I don't know why everyone was like so hung up on Houdini, but I don't know. Like, if I rank this album, Houdini is probably going to be somewhere in the bottom, if not last place. I don't think Houdini is that good of a song, but the rest of the album is so. The best song on the album, by the way, to give you a little insight to my ranking, my top 3 on the album right now, at number 3 is probably Illusion at number 3. These Walls at number 2. No, I just lied straight to y'all's face. At number 3 is These Walls. Illusion is not in my top 3. Probably been my top 5, but not top 3. These Walls at number 3. Falling Forever at number 2. And the best song on this album is French Exit. French Exit should be the next single. I'm sorry, if Dua Lipa I think Dua Lipa is probably going to abandon this era, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, in which, from a commercial standpoint, good. Because it's obvious that no one's fucking with this album like that. I think she should just cut her losses, maybe tour a bit, and try and release something else in 2025, 2026. But French Exit, if we do get another single, it should be French Exit. I'm sorry, French Exit is the best song on this album. I don't know. So I just really vibe with Dua's album. But then again, I love generic pop music, and I mean, like, and it has to be good generic pop music, obviously. And to me, when Dua Lipa makes generic pop music, it's good generic pop music. I just love pop. I love a pure pop sound. And I know for a lot of people that gets boring and gets tired, but like me personally, I love it. I love that sound. So like, Dua Lipa's album gets a 10 out of 10 for me. It's one of the best releases of the year. For me, it's one of the best releases of the year. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Next. Taylor Swift's chart obsession is annoying, and I think it's going to be it's going to be more detrimental to her career in the long run.
I'm sorry. I really am. I hate to be the one to say this. And, well, actually, no, I don't.
So Taylor Swift, basically, the rumor that's going around is that Taylor Swift is trying to break the Beatles records for having the longest amount of time at number 1 in terms of weeks in both the United States and the UK. But she has such a long way to go. She would have to release like another 5 albums, in my opinion, to reach that. But basically, what she's done is that when Billie Eilish released her album, Taylor Swift released more variants of the Tortoise Poets Department in order to block Billie from reaching number 1. And then when Charlie XCX was projected to go number 1 in the UK, and this is what I thought was really nasty. When Charlie XCX was projected to go number 1 in the UK, on the second to last day of tracking, Taylor Swift released new variants of the album just for the UK. That don't seem weird to you guys? That don't seem weird? What I don't understand is that, and obviously the Swifties are up and down Twitter and TikTok trying to defend Taylor, saying, well, the music industry is competitive. If you want to beat Taylor, then maybe just make better music. First of all, Tortoise Poets Department is not a good album. I'm so sorry. It's one of her worst projects, actually. I would actually have this in the bottom 3, along with Midnights and Debut. I would have this album in the bottom 3 of her discography. This is one of her worst albums. This is one of her albums with the most generic songwriting. This is her album that has some of the worst songwriting on it. I mean, this album is not that good. Taylor Swift is just at a commercial peak right now. Taylor Swift, ever since Folklore came out, Taylor Swift has just been getting in my opinion, is reaching her commercial peak. Now, me personally, when her next album comes out, and I mean her next real album, not Reputation or debut Taylor's version, but when her next album comes out, I don't know if she'll still. But then again, Taylor Swift. Okay. Let me collect my thoughts because I have a lot to say about this. Taylor Swift is at a point in her career where I believe she should be cementing her legacy. And people are like, what are you talking about? Taylor Swift is the most popular artist. Taylor Swift has the most sales in here and had the most number ones here and had the most. And I'm like, but that doesn't matter in the long run. I really need Swifties to understand that charts in sales, when it comes to when people remember you after you die, that has nothing to do with a legacy. It's great bragging rights, but it has nothing to do with it. Just because you're popular does not mean you're going to be remembered. Think about all the one-hit wonders, all the songs by artists who got extremely popular, and we've never heard from them again. We don't, in recently, seriously, like this, how can I explain this? She should be at a part in her career where she should be cementing her legacy there. And I feel like, I don't know why she's still so obsessed with charts. Taylor Swift has been in the game for damn near 20 years at this point. I think it'll be 20 years within 5 years, it'll be 20 years she's been in the industry. Taylor Swift has been in the industry damn near 20 years. I don't understand why at this point she's still obsessed with being with charts and sales. Taylor Swift is at a point in her career where she should realize that she's going to sell units regardless of what she puts out. She's Taylor Swift. People are going to buy what she's putting out regardless of what it is. I think she should be making music that, she should be making art. Taylor Swift is making popular music, and she's not making art. And I feel like that's my main issue with her. Why are you so chart upset? You're going to be number one regardless. Who cares if you don't break the Beatles records? Who cares? No one cares. I guarantee you most people did not know that the Beatles had the most weeks number one in the UK and the US. I guarantee you no one knew that. Because it doesn't matter. The Beatles' legacy isn't tied to their chart success and how many sales they have. Again, it helps. But that's not charts and sales alone is not what cements your legacy. And I just feel like when it comes to people like Beyonce, Beyonce, in my opinion, is at the opposite end of the spectrum that Taylor Swift is on. But we'll get to that in a second. Taylor Swift does not need to be the chart obsessed at this point in her career. I understand the music industry is competitive, but you're at a point in your career when you can really start making a difference in helping out smaller artists, like what Beyonce is doing, or like what Janet Jackson does when she co-signs R&B acts that come up, or like what a lot of older black artists do that actually. Well, they'll Patti LaBelle when she was co-signing Ariana Grande. You're at a point in your career where you can start co-signing other artists and putting your word in for them, and basically you're at a time when you really. None of this matters. That's what I'm trying to get at. None of this matters. You're going to sell regardless. You're Taylor Swift. Make art. Make good music. Stop trying to chase the charts. You're going to have it regardless. Beyonce is well past her commercial peak. But she still will gather number ones. She'll still gather top 10s. With little to no effort because she's Beyonce. And she knows that regardless of what she puts out, it's probably going to do well. Now, Beyonce, in my opinion, also just does not care anymore about promotion, which that brings me to my next topic. We're going to get off of Taylor because I really don't want this video to be too long. Beyonce has completely abandoned the Cowboy Carter era for now.
Bitch. A nasty, vile gutter snipe.
I never really known how to say this because I am in cahoots with a lot of Beehive on Twitter because I just love being in pop culture. It's so fun, especially wanting to be in the industry. I love just being immersed in pop culture, and so a lot of people in the Beehive have expressed their frustration with the fact that Beyonce has not done a damn thing with this album since it came out. And people, anytime someone remotely says that they wish Beyonce would promote the album a little bit, you have Beehive in the comments talking about, well, Beyonce is not chart obsessed. Beyonce told you already she doesn't care about this stuff. It's about impact. And let me tell you something. How the hell is an album supposed to be impactful if no one listens to it? Ooh, how in the hell is an album supposed to be impactful if no one knows it's out, if no one listens to it? Not everyone checks for Beyonce the same way we do in the Hive. I bet you there are people who are probably casual fans of Beyonce that probably don't know Cowboy Carter is out. They probably don't know that Cowboy Carter is out because Beyonce doesn't do anything. I'm not saying, and someone put this so eloquently on Twitter, there is a difference between being chart obsessed and promoting your albums that people listen to it. There's a difference. There are so many songs, and there are so many songs in Beyonce's discography post Lemonade that I think really deserved to be more well known, that deserve to be bigger hits. For example, Cuff It. Cuff It should have went number 1 on the charts. Renaissance should have had at least 2 number 1s and 3 top 10s. Let me tell you what they are. Break My Soul went number 1. Cuff It should have also went number 1 and went top 6. Heated should have been top 10. America Has a Problem should have been top 10. America Has a Problem should have been top 5. And Alien Superstar should have been top 10. I understand Beyonce does not want to go back to the aggressive promotion that she used to do when she was first in the industry. That's tiring. That's annoying. I get that. But you can't post on Instagram every so often that the album is like a song from the album. You can't post some behind the scenes. You can't and this is not me being chart obsessed. I'm not saying that I want this because I want Beyonce songs to be number 1 because that's all I care about. There are people in the Beehive who only stand Beyonce because she sells well. I'm not one of those people. I'm just saying, how is an album supposed to be impactful if no one listens to it? Cowboy Carter streams are really bad. And I know a lot of Beyonce fans buy her music, they don't stream it, but even for Beyonce, Cowboy Carter numbers are terrible, especially for an album that long. An album, 27 tracks, Cowboy Carter should have never left the top 5 since release. 27 tracks in Cowboy Carter, I think, is already about to leave the top 20 on the charts. An album that long and the album's not staying in the top 5, something's wrong. I don't know. Something would be nice. That's all I'm saying. Something would be nice, Beyonce. I'm not saying she needs to go back to aggressive promoting, but you can minimum promotion is still promotion. Posting one, and what's crazy is that Beyonce could just hire a team to promote for her. That's what's crazy. That was so crazy. I understand letting the music sit and speak for itself, but girl, I feel these albums will be Renaissance especially. These Renaissance especially would have been so much more impactful had it been a bit bigger, had, you know, we had performances. I don't know. I just feel like whatever. I mean, then again, it's Beyonce's career, not mine. And regardless, her career is still going to be doing well. Like, Beyonce not promoting her music is not going to be the end of her career, because at the end of the day, Beyonce is one of the biggest artists on the planet. She's one of the biggest pop stars of all time. Regardless, people are going to be checking for Beyonce. I'm just saying that these albums, especially what she's trying to do with them, really deserve to be much bigger than they are. I really do, especially Renaissance. Renaissance, in my opinion, could have been such a mega, like, I honestly believe we could have gotten back to like Be They I Such a Fierce numbers with Renaissance, because Renaissance was just such an album filled with such joy and dancing and movement after being trapped in the pandemic for 3 years. I don't know. I feel like Renaissance. Yeah, I feel like Renaissance. These eras really should, especially because like we have like a lot of new artists on Cowboy Carter. But that's just me. That's just me complaining. Beyonce can do whatever she wants, obviously. And again, like, don't come and attack me talking about Beyonce doesn't care. I know she doesn't care. That's why I'm talking about this. I'm just saying that, like, she could just hire a team to do minimum promotion. She really could. She really could. She could just give people at Columbia to do minimum promotion for the album. She really could. She really could. She really could. Like, it wouldn't be that hard. She's Beyonce. They're not going to say no. Anyway. Next, the last topic, and this is going to be a short one. Megan Thee Stallion's tour is still sold out.
I mean, smart, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful heart, a pure soul, the purest it could possibly be here on earth, beautiful personality.
Megan Thee Stallion's tour is still sold out. I'm still pissed off that I did not get a chance to go see Megan Thee Stallion in Baltimore and in New Orleans. I really wanted to go see Megan Thee Stallion, like I really did. But Megan Thee Stallion is still less than 10 years into her career. So I'm just, the only reason I'm not upset is because I know in the future, there's a very good chance she will tour again in the future. So, yeah, Megan's tour is still sold out. I just love that, like, Megan has been surrounded by love and admiration and peace for the most part this entire tour. Whoever did that deepfake AI porn of her, though, you're going to hell, and I hope that Megan's team figured out who it was, and I hope you get sued to hell. I hope they take everything. I hope they take every penny from your name and leave you with the shit off your back. I really do. I hope the worst happens to you, because how vile and disgusting do you have to be? And I'm almost certain, rumor, allegedly, I'm almost certain the person who made the AI deepfake was a barb. Reason 1,000,068 why I don't like Nicki Minaj and that cult fan base. Speaking of Nicki Minaj, apparently her husband's leaving her. I don't know if that's true or not, because again, I don't like her. I don't really keep up with her like that, but it was just trending everywhere. And I'm gonna say this: Nicki Minaj will always go down as one of the biggest rappers and one of the best rappers, in my opinion, pre Pink Friday 2. She would go down one of the biggest and best rappers, not female rappers of all time. I give 10s where 10s are due. Nicki Minaj was doing what nobody else was doing in the 2010s. I'm so sorry. No one was doing it like her in the 2010s. But her marrying a rapist, her marrying an abuser, is going to leave such a huge stain on her legacy. It will always leave a stain on her legacy. Whenever you bring up Nicki Minaj and her legacy, the fact that she's married to a rapist and had his kid and had his baby is always going to be brought up. What I also find really disturbing, when Papa Bear, we don't know his name, when he grows up and he eventually figures out that his dad was a serial rapist, allegedly, I don't think it's sued. Imagine how that would feel. Oh yeah, I married your dad, and I knew he raped a woman, but like I still marry him. You're the child of a rapist. How would that would? Oh, that's really nasty. Nicki Minaj could have had anybody on the planet, and she chose that. Well, also, it kind of just sounds like she wanted a kid. Which my thing is, if you just wanted a kid, just get pregnant by somebody and go. You're Nicki Minaj. You're rich. I'm so sorry. I'm so not in the realm of thinking that you have to be in a relationship to have a baby. If you want to have a kid, just get pregnant. I'm so sorry. Just get pregnant. Now, don't be asking for child support because you just want to get a kid. But I know plenty of women who just got knocked up because they just wanted a kid, but no man. Like, just do that. Just do that. Especially because you're as rich as you are. Yeah. But it's her career and her legacy, not mine. But anyway, we are, once I edit this, hopefully we'll be under 30 minutes. But like, we went 30 minutes mark. We haven't, 40 minutes is not 40 minutes no more. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Hopefully, I lied to y'all's faces and told you all within the next week I would have Billy, Dua, and Ariana Grande videos ready for you all. That will be coming this week, and I'm being so serious, it actually will. Like, I've listened to all their albums. I need to go back through their albums and then do a ranking, and I still need to listen to the rest of Taylor's album, but I don't want to because it's so long. I really don't want to listen to the rest of Taylor's album, but I'm going to, because everyone says the second half of the album is much better than the first half, and I hope to God it is, because my opinion on the album so far is that it's trash, and she can do so much better. I think I was talking to my friend about this not long ago. Sorry, I'm still ranting. I was praying to God she wouldn't try and go back down the folklore route. When I heard the title of this album, saw the aesthetic of the album, I was like, I hope to God she does not try and go back down the folklore-esque route and write kind of folksy, like deep lyrical. No, you had that era with Folklore Evermore. No. Oh my God. Speaking of which, those two albums, Folklore Evermore, are going to be Folklore Evermore in 1989. Those are going to be cemented in Taylor Swift's legacy. Yeah. When we talk about Taylor Swift in 50 years, those three albums will always be brought up. Yeah. Make more albums like those. Or at least make... Okay, I just said don't make an album like... I didn't want her to make an album like Fortnite. But like... I don't want her to make an album like Fortnite because I just knew it wasn't going to be as thought out and put together as Fortnite. If we let's like stop trying to chase charts and sales and make art. Yeah. Anyway, what are your thoughts on everything I just said? What are your thoughts on Beyonce, Taylor, the girls, and the gays? What are your thoughts on them? I will talk to you guys later, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.